A third question I had that I wanted to discuss with you was going to a place when you're at a different stage in life, right? Because I think the perfect example of this is that people going to Thailand when they are youngsters, when they are a married couple, when they have kids, and when they are retired. You see all four sections of such kinds of people on any flight that you take to Thailand, whether it's to Bangkok, whether it's to Phuket, whether it's to Krabi also. Now we have direct flights there. How does a place like Thailand appeal to all of these types of travelers and still offer something unique to them? Because some of them on that flight will have gone with friends first, then they go with their spouse, then they go with their children, then they go when they're retired. So throw
We've
some
taken
light.
family holidays to Thailand. We've, started off from there. I think when you go with the family, the itinerary is completely different. You'll spend a whole day at Safari World. You will spend a whole day in the water parks. You will go to Pattaya and be on the beach for all day. Like typically a first time travel would be Bangkok and Pattaya, right? So parasailing, water sports. If doing nothing, just building sandcastles in the beach. The water in Thailand, in all the islands, is so beautiful that you go to Phuket and you can just be on the beaches all day. You can take a yacht and go and do snorkeling, do other things. So I think for the first time, and I realized that when Sarah was very young, because the first question she asked me is, I hope there's a pool. And I realized water is so important for children. Having a swimming pool is so important. So I think that makes it feel like a perfect holiday. So Thailand for the first timer or as a family when you go, it's mainly the theme parks, it's mainly the beaches, it's mainly all these water sports that you would add. You've done that once when you're going there or when you evolve or you're going with your friends. You'll probably not even go to Safari World. It won't even feature in your the second time that you're going. Yeah. It will not feature in your itinerary. But maybe you could have a sundowner yacht in Phuket with some champagne or whatever, or just go snorkeling or do multiple islands and do diving or scuba diving and explore the more adventurous part of it. So shopping could be a part of it. Wellness, in fact, in Thailand has some amazing wellness resorts, or even just foot massage and other wellness activities that you do all day. So that completely changes. Probably what I would love to do with my friends is do a Thai cooking class the next time I go in and go to the market, learn everything about the how Thai food is made, because we all love Thai food. If you can learn how to make it, that makes a perfect holiday. So I think experiences change quite a lot. Probably even in terms of the hotel you would suggest or you would book will also change. When you're going with your family, you want to be maybe as close to the beach as possible on the islands. When you're with friends, you probably want to be in the city as close as possible so you can walk to the restaurants, cafes, and rooftop bars and other things in the evening. Different musical shows, events that you would choose. So a lot changes according to what you do. I think it's not just the same place. This would be if you're going to the same place again and again, but even where you go in Thailand changes. So if I'm going with my friends, I'll probably go to Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai in the north and discover a completely different Thailand and not even go to the beach. It's okay. I've been there 2 3 times. For the fourth time, I can go to the north and see the mountains and see a completely different side of Thailand. So where you go, what you do, and how you choose changes in different ages of life. I think you've also experienced that. You've been to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, and other places as a child, and then as youth, and now with your family. So what do you think of it?
Yeah, I would completely agree, because the more familiar you get with a destination, your perspective on it changes. At the start of the episode, I mentioned that you become a temporary local there. So let's take Dubai, Abu Dhabi, for example. If I were to go alone, and generally if I'm going alone to Dubai, it's probably for work, going for one of these conferences, right? In the evenings, I would go to a place like Top Golf and just play golf over there, like at the driving range that they have at Top Golf. But now, if I were to go with Heta, and this has happened, right? Heta and I have been to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, then Top Golf is not a priority. Heta likes Formula One, I love Formula One, so we would want to go to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Or generally, most of our visits to Dubai are taking a hotel right next to Dubai Mall and just ensuring that we do our annual shopping out there, because nowadays, given work life and everything, it becomes difficult to shop here where we are staying. So that's why the annual shopping happens there. With Raya, I think UAE was one of the first countries that Raya ticked off her bucket list. She still hasn't been to Abu Dhabi, but she has been to Dubai. And with Raya, that completely changes. You're not talking about Formula One, that can be too noisy. You're not talking about leaving the hotel at 10 a.m., going on a shopping spree, and coming back at 8 p.m. Suddenly, it becomes about figuring out feed times, figuring out nap times for Raya, ensuring that the place is not too noisy, not no overstimulation happens. So suddenly Dubai completely changes. Now, something that I'm looking forward to for my next visit to UAE is taking Raya to SeaWorld. And
Oh,
yeah, there's SeaWorld, there are many other theme parks that he'll probably
Yas
enjoy.
Island
Yeah,
itself,
Yas
you can
Island.
just stay there and be
Yeah.
that, right? I mean, the next time you go to Singapore, you'll probably stay in Sentosa or
Yeah.
Universal rather than the city. And Neil, we mentioned us changing over time, as at different life stages. But you mentioned Dubai, you mentioned Abu Dhabi, and I mentioned Singapore. And I feel certain places also change so much. Someone who's been to Dubai 10 years back and who's going now, there are so many new things to experience. Someone who's been to Singapore before and who's going now, again, there are so many things. So it's like if you've been there 5, 6 years ago, probably you've not even seen the jewel at
Yeah.
the Singapore airport, and you went there once just to go to the airport and come back. You can make an entire itinerary in Singapore just at the airport.
Yeah.
So many new destinations, so many attractions come up which we have missed on the last trip. So a second visit, I feel, is a must to really enjoy the place.
I think I remember sitting down with one of the heads of Dubai tourism once, and I was asking him that, okay, like, what's the final goal? He's like, we want to make Dubai in such a way that you visit every single quarter and you have something new that you can see over there or you can witness out there. Like, for example, someone who's been to Dubai Mall right now and has seen the fountain show, if they go now, you'll realize that the fountain is closed for renovation, which means they are renovating it, revamping it, and they are just wanting to attract you again for a second visit. So I guess places change. Think about Bangkok, right? When we went for the first time to Bangkok, the guide used to tell us, used to point to a super tall building which looked like a pencil and call it the Sky Bayok, right? And that at that time, that was the tallest hotel in the world, right? Today, when you go to Thailand, today when you go to Bangkok, the guide does not even mention the hotel that is the Sky Bayok. Today, the guide will mention the fact that Bangkok has the most restaurants on the world's top 50 restaurant guide list. Bangkok has the most or the best bars that exist. Bangkok has probably more shopping malls than um, anywhere. Bangkok probably has the most night markets. So I guess destinations evolve, but because you have become so familiar with the destination, you don't feel lost. Like sometimes when you go to a new destination, you are completely new. Like even today, like I can tell you that the first time I went to Beijing, right, it was with my brother Raj and my cousins Rajasi and Arjun. In spite of having traveled all across the world, we were in Beijing, we were at the airport, and we were trying to hail a cab. We weren't sure whether the cab driver is overcharging us or not overcharging us. And that moment of uncertainty kind of makes you nervous. But suddenly, the second time I'll go to Beijing, this is not going to happen because I know how to get to the city. I know what is going to happen, how I'm going to feel, and all of that. So, psychologically, also a second visit makes it easier, right? Like, and it's not only international or Indian destinations. Even when I go for a trek to, say, Lohargarh Fort close to Mumbai, I've been there a couple of times. You have done that. Exactly. So you're more familiar. So yeah, those are some of the things that kind of came to my mind when you mentioned um, the fact that destinations change and destinations are changing all across the world.